Right. So, as part of ServiceNow Studio, uh, we discussed about how to create applications like something like service ticket and all everything that were created already. Wherein here today I am updating the setting up the new record. Okay, new record updation is something that uh, we have to be mentioned on the ServiceNow Studio, because whenever we are working on ServiceNow Studio, we'll be working on three things. One is creating a studio, creator of a studio, where we can create applications with existed curated libraries and options. Second, ServiceNow Studio we are using so that we can build apps at the same time doing configurations, right? So based on some tools and all. The third is ServiceNow IDE for development, developing applications we'll be using. So now what we are using is a ServiceNow Studio where we need to update different records and all. Service ticket, right? So that is what I have taken. We need to update the record. Uh, Record as service request. Okay, service request number. Okay, this is what generally the record name I have taken. So the request number. So whether is this particular request is in progress or is it completed or ignored, that should be decided here. This is in progress. I've mentioned it as a progress. Okay. Next, about the parent, right? So we need to identify the parent of this, right? So whether if you have any new parent is to be identified, that we can create a new parent for that. If you want, we can create a new parent, otherwise not required. Release date, when this is to be released, including the description, etc. So once the description is completed, here we can say we can submit, right? So this is where we have submitted. Okay, so updated set service request number is something that we have created here. Now whenever we have updated here, you can see the customer updates where you are having all the updates, etc. Any new records that we are updating or any new records that we wants to be mentioned, etc. So everything that we can see. Okay, so we can do it at the same time. If you want to update any kind of set logs, etc., everything that we can do, including any child updates or any installation of the installing any history, etc. So everything that we can update. So whenever we are working on these applications, we can update everything. So that is one thing that we can do. Next, at the same time, whenever if you want to configure, because configuration is one of the key and important thing. So by considering the configuration, there are few things we must be knowing. One is about the security rules and second about the business rules. These are majorly important for anyone, irrespective of the kind of role that we are playing on. Knowing about the roles is important. So roles will be classified into two parts. One is about the security rules and second is called as a business rule. Security rules means what security you are providing for the particular application. That is called security rule. Business rule means what business rule that is, because system, we need to provide an instruction to the system to perform something. So for that, business rule is important, right? So updating business rule is even important here. Updating the business rules important because based upon the business rule, application will act accordingly. So that developer has to make necessary changes on the developer IDE. Okay, ServiceNow IDE, you can see there they will be doing it. Even security rules were also in the same regard. So configuring here, you can see security rules and business rules. This is about the business rule. Okay, so what are the different business rules that we can see over here? Or else if you want to create any kind of new business rule to the existing one, so that we can add it. Okay, so we can add new business rules to the existing one, right? So those are all can be done. Next, or else if you want to import any XML files or if you want to see any extra XML, if you want to show any XML files or if you want to export some data, so those we can do it for our reference purpose. We can do as a Excel sheet or something that we can do. So this is one of the rule, as in when you can see, right? So these are one of the rule is called batch based set ID. So which is in the active state, okay, active state and all. So in which table is this belongs to, like update set table, this is the table where it will be there. And this is the business rule which is applicable for the global application. Global applications means where we are connecting with multiple external and internal systems, etc. So where we have to be updated, this all this in the global side. Global side, this application has to be updated. So we have to update this application at the global level as well. So we need to update and we need to maintain this in the global level also. So this is also one of the key and important things. So like that, batch based ID set will be one thing. Next, completing the updated set branch. This is batch. This is one more. At the same time, if you want to delete batch update sets, that can be the third one. Like this, we have, right? So notice of it in backwards, right? So these are the different one. For example, research bed status, right? So this is a business rule. This is taken. Now we need to, because it's part of configuration, I'm referring this because updating the business rules, right? So that we need to do. Just give me a second. It's taking time to get loaded. Yeah, this is where it is, right? So here you can see this is a business rule, which is a server-side scripting, which runs on the record is displayed, right? So if you want to insert or something like that can be done, right? So this is the name, right? So research batch status is the name that we is taken. Under which table is this, right? So this is it. This is in the table of update set system date type. Or else if this is in the other table, that we can add it also. Now if you want to run this, okay, if you want to run this in the global way, where if you want to make it active or advanced, etc., so we can. Or else if you don't want to make this active under the server side scripting, you can deactivate that. But generally I'm considering, because resetting the batch status is important business rule when we are working on the service now studio. So hence I'm making it as active. Okay, I'm mentioning it as active over here. Next, when to run this, right? So when are we going to run this? Because if you want to do this, generally filters conditions, etc., everything, right? So these are filters are important from an admin point of view. When we are working as a service no administrator, now majorly filter creations, etc., more for admin people do that, not by any role called BA or developers. Admin people will be doing more of filter conditions, creating the filters or existing filters if you want to update. Everything they can do, including any queries or etc. So everything that can be performed here. So where to run this particular business rule, that environment we need to update. This is important in this. Next, what action that are to be performed? What are the different actions? For that, what are the different fields that are to be chosen? Followed by this, if there is any advanced scripting that we wants to be run over here, so that advanced scripting can also be taken in this regard. So this is how we need to update. This is how we need to mention the business rules. What are the different business rules that we have? So these are the business rules we need to update when we are working on the ServiceNow Studio. Uh, this is all about, so how we need to create filters and all that in coming days. This we can see.